Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently working on integrating a ridiculous number of vassal states. We're making good progress on that front. A lot of them have been reintegrated at this point, but we've got more to do. No doubt about that. Also, we've got this civil war, and from what I can tell, that is real. I assigned someone to serve in our navy, and that didn't make it go away. So I think that that's a real situation there. We've also got a scorned family that just popped up, and we should probably put in... I'm assuming there's a scorned family member here somewhere. Here's one. Had to scroll way down there, and that actually made that rebellion go away. I like it. So that looks phenomenal. Communion of the Way, huh? Well, rip our tyranny, but there we go. We need the political influence and the loyalty for right now. We will get to the point where we probably won't want to do that anymore, but we're not at that point right now. So I want to check in our rural constructions here. Not a lot going on there, okay? So in that case, our next location to work on will end up being Araka. That is not how you spell it. There's an A here. Araka. Okay. Out over this direction. Sure. So that's this state, and we're working on this on a state level here. We lost 5 stability. That's unfortunate. Okay, so this city has nothing in it right now. It produces vegetables. Easy choice on what we want to build here. So let's build some slave traders. We will need to wait for money to come in, but money is coming in at a reasonably appreciable rate. It's only 250 right now, which is not ideal. We just got an oratory advance. Okay, so while we're waiting for more money, let's see about getting ourselves another civic advance here. So this is going to be cultural administration. That's actually pretty good. We're going to take that for sure. And then we want servile bondage for our next thing. Probably religious assimilation fairly soon as well. So like petition of minorities and then public slavery and then religious assimilation would be the goal after servile bondage. But we're not going to be making any political influence anytime soon because we have way too many subjects. We will get that dealt with. That is way too many subjects. This doesn't have automatic trading enabled. We should do that. And we could also get our trio of forums in here. Ah, integration. Excellent. So there's another one getting finished up. Okay, now I want to look up over here and get this governor put in here. You'll do. And then back down over here. We're trying to work on this entire state. So I want to look at this city here. This city is largely okay. We need to get rid of these academies. We produce gemstones. Okay. I'm going to make this be a slave city, and we're going to do... It's already most of the way there on being a slave city, so we can do something like that. And then as soon as we've got the gold, we can put in 3 freeman districts, which is going to be a little bit more gold than what we are going to get on this month tick. Okay, so something like that. There's another integration. Beautiful. So we are still working on this state. We'll get to those new integrations soon enough, but as we can see here, that's now down to 170 political influence reduction. So that's very good. Yeah, we're going to start seeing some actual income from this fairly soon. So this is, what, 15, 25, 50, 65? Okay, yeah, it's going to take a little bit yet. So let's get a Freeman District building there. And then this is a settlement. This is a blacksmith. I guess that's okay here. This is a mine. Looks good. This is a mine. This is a city here, and this should definitely be slave production. This is marble, which could be argued as being research, but I think our research efficiency is going to be fine very soon here. And I would like stability, but I don't want to spend political influence on it at this time. So we're going to put this in as a slave city for the moment. We are going to need some more gold, and we did get a little bit there, but we're going to need a fair amount more than that even. On average, these are going to take like 1,500 gold per city to make. So that's absolutely understood. We're going to build them as quickly as we can. And there's another city here that's going to need to be worked on. This is wine, and we're doing a crafts workshop, which I guess is okay. Sure, why not? That's fine. Here we have a market. I mean, it's leather. Why not? I don't care that much. And then here we have a reservoir. Again, it's leather. I really don't care. So that seems okay for now. We're going to put in an additional slave trader here, as well as 2 taverns. There we go. Our legate just died. That's understood. And evangelism in our lands. Very rude of them. So then I would like to, of course, put in a pair of forums here. Then we've got this location. This produces base metals. We've got a great temple here right now, which honestly I don't think we need. I'm going to demolish that for gold, and then we're going to put in a foundry. So that'll be okay, and then we'll get a mill queued up here. And then down this direction, there's this settlement which we know was done, and then this is an entertainment complex. This should become a farming settlement. So we're going to get that going, and then we'll come back to Nariz, and once Nariz is finished, then we can assume that this state is pretty much done. So we'll get that farming settlement completed, and we'll get in a mill here. But this is going to require a fair amount more. Let's check in on our legate situation here. So that was this. Okay. So, rival at court. How rude. Okay, so what? This is Canaan? Okay, sure. So we'll put in, say, this guy, and he will get assigned here, and we'll go back to Drew. There we go. That's fine for now. Now, back over this direction, I wanted to come up to Nariz. Slaves are killing nobles. That's a lot of gold. I'll take the stability hit. Okay, so we're going to build a mill here, and then, of course, we're interested in building more slave traders here. We're going to need more gold. And there is a civil war brewing here. Who's angry? It is Nikor Hyrcanid. Okay, let's take a look at this while we're waiting for some gold to come in. So, Nikor Hyrcanid, what do you got going on, buddy? I mean, he's healthy. He's 50 years old. We cannot bribe him because he is trustworthy. We can give him free hands. Will that trustworthy reduce his monthly corruption by 0.1? That'll cut the penalty in half. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll be fine for now. Okay, so next up, we'll build a pair of slave traders and 3 taverns here, and then we'll build a forum, and all we need is 1 more month tick, which is happening right now. So perfect timing. There we go. That state is now complete. So that's all wonderful. I do want to check in on our situations here. Okay, so we can definitely build a mine. We'll get that going. And then once we get another batch of gold, we can build a pair of farming settlements. Or, I said a pair, but I don't know that that's actually true. How many farming settlements can we build? A trio of farming settlements. Okay, we can build 2 for now, because that's what we got for in. Okay, what do we got going on here? That is increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. Okay, I'm not too concerned about the disloyal province situation then. So that seems fine for now. And then Melonia here, we can build a farming settlement in. Seems good. And there's another integration finishing up. Absolutely phenomenal. So that is great. We're going to wait to see if we can build ourselves another mine or farming settlement. We can definitely build slave estates, but we'll come back to that in a moment. Ooh. I'm going to take 100 gold from this guy. Okay, so we cannot build any mines or farming settlements. We can build 1 slave estate. We'll get that going. Okay, sounds good. So at this point, there's another integration. Perfect. We're making really good progress on all this. So let's put this guy in as the governor up over here. Wonderful. And, I mean, we have a lot of buildings being reconstructed, right? A lot of this was already built, so that is definitely noted. Actually, gaining stability and losing tyranny is huge for us. Let's absolutely do that. So that seems wonderful. And I want to check in here yet. Nothing to be done in rural constructions. Okay, sounds good. Any colonizations? No. We do have Pop starving down here in Halfa, and trade is disabled here. That's interesting. I know we went through and enabled trade, but I guess this must be stuff that we have integrated. So let's enable automatic trading in all of these locations that it is currently disabled. I really wish that there was a button to just do that for all. Ooh. We'll take the national tax modifier. That'll be fantastic. And let's finish up this automatic trading situation. Okay, so this is all looking pretty decent at this point. Most of these have at least been turned back on. We do have a bunch more integrations that are going to happen, so we're going to have to come back into this later, but that's understood. So at this point, we can see that this is the map situation. It is definitely starting to reintegrate. That's fantastic. There's a few locations that we're going to have to reconquer, but at this point we're at minus 150. We just need to integrate about 10 more subjects. Oh wait, look at this. We're actually gaining political influence. I didn't expect that at this point. It's not much political influence, but it's happening. Beautiful. Very, very happy to see that. Okay, next up, we should definitely work on another state here. So this is going to be... that was very laggy there. Okay. Arsam-osada would be the next location, which is right up over here. Okay, so that's this state. Understood. So let's take a look at the rural constructions here. Wood is good. Farming settlement is good. This is a slave city, mostly. There's freeman districts here. That's probably okay. I don't think we need a great temple here at this point. Let's put in a tavern. Let's put in a forum, a freeman district. And then we're going to need a pair of mills for right now. But that's going to max this out. I'm actually going to get rid of the tax office for the moment and put in another mill there. Okay, so here we have a blacksmith. I'm okay with that. This should not be a villa estate. This should be a farming settlement. This is a mine, or rather a quarry. That's absolutely okay. Leather production here, I don't really care that much. Okay, and then that all looks good. This would be a slave production location, so a mill here, a tavern, and a freeman district. That all looks great, and then we've just got this location to build. So this is going to be a foundry, and then we're going to absolutely put in 3 mills, 3 slave traders, 3 taverns. Granaries have been raided. I'm sure this guy can afford to pay for it. That'll be okay. And then we can put in a pair of forums here. So there's that state. Good to go. I feel like we're making phenomenal progress on getting this all put back together. We have a ways to go. There's no doubt about that. Like, we can look at the extent of this list. It's very extensive. No doubt about that. But if we look at our overall nation situation, I want to look at it from here. 19,554. So let's look at the Romans quick. Yeah, we definitely have more pops than the Romans. Way more pops than Britannia. More than Prussia, or rather Dacia. More than Armenia by a wide, wide margin. Way more than India. We are slightly below China at this point in terms of our pop count. However, with all of this integration and the speed at which our population grows, I think we should surpass China fairly soon, in theory. Let's get another state going here, so let's just take a peek here. Yeah, this is going to be Kyrthanian. So that is up over this direction. Okay, so that's this location here. I do not believe that we need a fort here. First things first, let's eliminate that. There's a number of cities here. This is a decent slave city production location, so let's put in 3 mills, and let's put in a tavern for the time being. City of Menelaus over here, this is absolutely fine to keep as it is. So we're just going to get these brought up to scratch, something like that. Okay, another integration. Perfect. We're very delighted to see that happening. So now we can see we're down to 140, and our political influence is starting to go up quite a bit. So that's wonderful. Olives, huh? Well, that's fine to be slaves. There's a lot of cities right here. Interesting. Well, we'll put in 3 slave traders here, and then 3 taverns, like so, and then we'll need to get a little bit of gold to get these 2 forums, but there we go. So this here, and then these are uninhabitable, so we don't need to do anything with those. This produces olives, which is actually a farming settlement. That surprises me, but okay. Yeah, farming settlement here, and this is salt and is on slave estate. So that state seems to be good to go. I think we're well set up there. So Pactia is going to be rebelling in 46 months. Now, the main issue here, of course, is that it doesn't have much food, right? And it runs out of food over the course of its lifespan, or I guess year, I should say. So this is too disloyal to be able to build in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an import route here, and that will allow us to import some food into that. So that'll be ideal. At this point, we can see that our pop count is up to almost 20k. So we're catching up very rapidly to China. Excellent. That's very, very good to see. So we've got 711 gold. I want to check on rural constructions because we did get a integration, but nope, nothing to be done there. So next up would be Yatrib, which is right down over here. Okay, so this is a farming city. We should definitely put in mills here. This would be slave traders, and then taverns. And then we would need to put in some forums here. We're going to need a little bit more gold, but we'll get that done in a moment here. There we go. So that's what we needed there. Let's check in on some of these other locations. So this construction is halted. We should just cancel the construction of this. Okay, so this is leather. I don't really care what we make here. I guess like a crafts workshop would be fine. So that's okay. This produces base metals, so that's good. This is fine. No issue here with the precious metals. Farming settlement, I like it. And then there's a city down over here. Now this is currently primarily slave-based, and that seems fine. We'll put in a mill. And yes, I do see the civil war up here. We'll deal with that in a moment. Slave trader, tavern. This is going to be a freeman district. It's a dangerous precedent. Source stability drops a little bit. That's understood. And then we would put in a forum here. So that looks good there. And this should be good to go. I want to check up here. Leather, I really don't care. Camels is fine. So then this is a research city primarily, and we just need a trio of libraries, and then that state is done. Fantastic. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Who's angry? Well, we have a scorned family right now, the Davidite family, but that's not actually the problem here. Ooh, a bountiful harvest. I'm going to take the cash here. So that looks good. So this guy is the guy who's angry. He is in poor health. I'm going to bribe him. It'll be fine. We have political influence coming in now. So that looks good. He is... Sure, I don't care about that. So provincial ventures have just happened out here, which I now want to import rice to. And that should solve the food issue here, in theory. Okay, followers of the Risen Lord. Yeah, that looks fine. I mean, it doesn't, but, you know, here we are. So next up, we should be working on Herat. So that is down here. Okay, so that's this state. Sure. So this produces stone. We're definitely going to put in a foundry, mills, slave traders, and taverns. There we go. And then a pair of forums. And then what do we have up over here? Well, this looks good. This is... I mean, I don't love a villa estate there. I'm going to swap that over. This city here is primarily research. We can build a pair of noble districts there. And then, oh, there's a lot going on here. Western Delta. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's absolutely understood. That's a big one. I like it. So, academy, and then from here we just need a pair of libraries. Military access. No, get out of here. So then we've got a city here. This has got earthworks, but no fort. Let's get rid of that. And then other than that, this is trying to be like a research city, but I don't see the point. We're going to remove all of that. I don't think this shrine is necessary either. We're doing well on the conversions. Ah. It thinks that we recently conquered Alexandria. We didn't, but we are getting this event again. That's interesting. So what we're going to do is we are going to just gain the stability. That'll be fine. Okay, now I want to make this into a slave city, so that'll be something like this. Cool, that'll be fine. So we've got a settlement here. This looks good. This is fine. No problem here. This is okay. Sure, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, beautiful. So at this point, we're now down to 130% reduction on our monthly political influence. So we're definitely in the net positive when we factor in all of this, as in it's not fully reducing this, but we're going to get a lot more political influence once all of these are integrated. So that will, of course, be phenomenal. There's going to be a number of them finishing up pretty soon, but hey, they all fit on the same screen on the outliner now, so that's something. Let's check in on our rural constructions. Nothing to be done there. Okay. And next up would be Gulbub. Where is Gulbub? Right down over there? Okay, sounds good. So that'll be this state here. And this is a fish producer. Nice and simple. So that would be something like that. Evangelism in our lands, sure. This is another fish producer, so we can definitely work on getting that ramped up. Here's another integration finishing. Beautiful. And then slave traders and taverns and a forum. What do we got here? Mine is absolutely wonderful. Yep, mine looks good. Mine looks good. And this is a slave estate. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Producing deer here, wild game, it's kind of irrelevant, but whatever. I suppose this is fine. So we can do something along the lines of that, and that state is now complete. Looks good. Military access, no thank you. We have a Great Wonder upgrade available, and automatic trading, sure. But look at that. We have all of Egypt back under our control now. I love it. This is definitely starting to look a lot cleaner now. There's another integration finishing. Perfect. And yeah, you can see there's a lot fewer little guys in here now. That's great. So Kataba is our client state, right? Yes. As is Hebrew Dur? Yes. But Kadar, I believe, is not. So we're definitely going to need to take some of those over. No doubt about that. And there's another integration finishing. Perfect. So we're now down to 100% political influence reduction. I love it. Let's see if we have anything to be done here. In fact, a number of farming settlements to be built. Let's get those going. No mines, but we can build some slave estates. So that seems relatively fine. We're lacking a little bit of gold here, but let's get Jiganlu going. Perfect. There's another integration finishing. Beautiful. Okay, what are we at now for pops? The answer is, oh man, 22,340. Compare that to China, who has lost pops. I like it. So this is all absolutely phenomenal, right? We're very happy with the shape of this recovery at this point. So I want to check in here. There are more farming settlements that we can build. We want to get these constructions online as soon as possible. So we're going to get those done. And we're needing a lot of money to invest into a lot of places. There's no doubt about that, but we will get there. It won't be too much longer, and I'll be thinking about going to war as well. We're absolutely getting close to that. Okay, so that's all good. I do want to get an additional month tick here because we might have more rural constructions to do since we just finished up yet another integration. How many more of these do we have to go? Not that many, to be honest. Mothis is going to take a while, Alut is going to take a while, but we're making good progress here. I love it. So this slave estate is going to be done. There we go. And we could start work on another state here, but we don't really have the money on hand to do that. So I don't think we're going to do that at this exact time. But otherwise, like I said, I'm very pleased with the overall shape of this recovery. I will spend the political influence here, believe it or not. We've got plenty of political influence right now. Losing 2 tyranny, huh? Losing 15 popularity is irrelevant, but yeah, I'd rather lose the 2 tyranny. So that brings us down to 90 tyranny. That's looking pretty okay. We would definitely like to have that tyranny continue to drop, but that's going to be a long-term project, especially if we keep slaughtering all of the Christians. And there's 5 tyranny back. For now, we're going to keep doing that, but that will change eventually. So that's looking good. Samaria is going to be integrated in like 8 more years. Okay, that one's going to be a while. So like 2 years, 2 years. This is going to be later this year. This is going to be in a while. Yeah, we're slowly working our way through that. That looks good. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to continue these integrations. We're going to continue building up our states again, and we might consider going to war with someone like Ulbi, or is Lycia? Okay, Lycia and Ulbi at the same time, or Kadar. That's all fine. Or Axum. There's a lot of places that we can go after. Actually, there's only a couple, but we'll definitely consider doing that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.